Morning.
It's been a little over 48 hours since the shooting at the Bozeman Pond Park. I'm Annie Johnson, and coming up, I'll have more on where police are at in the investigation.
Fire dangers are high across Montana and burning limits are in place in many areas. But just what does a high fire danger mean? Coming up, find out just how high fire danger is defined. Well, it is a gorgeous little hazy there this morning.
Hazy.
For us, Matt, how's the day looking?
It's going to be another hot one. Probably looking at a cool down tomorrow. So
any showers?
I marked it on my calendar. Yeah, probably tomorrow more so than today.
Those were nice. A lot of people like that.
It was nice to get a few scattered showers moving into the area yesterday. Today, the morning temperatures not bad. Still a little above where I would like to see them for the morning, but you know, my opinion only matters zero when it comes to weather. Yeah.
Let us know when that starts to count.
Yeah, my opinion does include 90s again for the Bozeman area today, or pretty close to it. 90 degrees for the Bozeman planter. It looks like for Butte a little cooler than that. I'm going to talk a bit about air quality coming up. We'll talk about that coming up in about 10 minutes.
All right, Matt, thanks so much. Well, Bozeman residents are still searching for answers after a shooting left 2 people recovering. MTN's Annie Johnson reports on what investigators say they know and what questions still remain.
A lot of questions still remain surrounding the shooting that happened here at Bozeman Pond Park the night of July 4th. A lot of people just want to know what happened and where's the shooter.
We're still investigating this incident. It's a top priority for our detectives right now. They're still looking into all the leads that are coming in.
Here's what we know so far. 2 people were shot. Those victims are currently recovering. Bystanders were able to give the victims care before police arrived. Once police arrived, victims were able to speak to them. MSU Police, the Gallatin County Sheriff's Office, and Montana Highway Patrol troopers helped Bozeman police after the shooting, and the incident happened around 10:15 p.m. But there's still a lot we don't know. The identity of the suspect, details of the weapon used, what the victims and suspect were doing in the park, and the motive. It's still very early in the investigation, but Captain Knight says there's no reason to be fearful in any of the parks.
We don't have any information that there's any active threat in any of our parks. All the parks are open, and so feel free to go to the parks and enjoy those. And we want you to feel safe, and we'll keep looking into the incident.
The public will play a key role in helping investigators solve this case. So if you know anything, you need to reach out to the Bozeman Police Department. Reporting in Bozeman, Annie Johnson, MTN News.
Search efforts stepped up Wednesday for a missing 23-year-old hiker near Red Lodge. So far, Tatum Morrill has not been found, but as MTN's Brandon Warren tells us, multiple teams are jumping in to try and find her.
After making no significant progress in the search for 23-year-old Tatum Morrill, Search and Rescue has now sent out 3 dog teams to help try and locate her.
He's looking for human scent. He can also find items that have human scent on them, but he's mainly looking for that person.
Here is a demonstration of a search dog finding someone.
Now he'll come back and jump on me in theory. Show me!
Another way officials are trying to narrow down her location is by pinging Morrill's InReach device. An InReach is a satellite communicator made by Garmin that can send messages and track location.
We've worked with Garmin to try to get all of the track information. She did send a message on Thursday evening to her mother, and the messages go out and send a location when they do, and then apparently she turned it off. It could be that the battery also died.
InReach has a mobile app where you can create an account and enter information such as emergency contacts. Search and Rescue believes that Morrill has or had her InReach device with her since it is not at her campsite. They are also holding out hope that Morrill could send a signal at any time, assuming the battery on the device is not dead.
The most important feature is the SOS button. So they all have an SOS button. So even if my phone is not working and I am not able to send a message out, I can press that SOS and that will start a whole process. So that goes back to a call center for Garmin And then based on the account that I have set up, it will contact local search and rescue and my emergency contacts.
Going forward, search and rescue will continue doing all they can to locate Morel. In Red Lodge, Brandon Warren, MTN News.
Several counties are now part of that search, along with 3 helicopters and 3 dog teams. Well, 6:35 now. The grizzly bear that attacked and killed a woman camping in Orlando Tuesday still has not been found, but we are learning more about the moments before the deadly attack. Montana Fish, Wildlife and Parks reports it appears the bear first entered Orlando around 3 a.m. Tuesday. The woman was sleeping in a tent near the post while another couple in her party were in a tent nearby. The bear woke the campers but ran away. The 3 campers removed food from their tents, secured it, and went back to bed. The bear was then captured on video at a business less than a block away around 3:15 that morning. Then around 3:30 that morning, the couple in the other tent woke to the sound of the attack. The bear had pulled the victim from her tent while the other couple left theirs to pepper spray the bear, which has not been seen since. Deadly bear attacks are pretty rare. According to our research, there have been 20 in Montana over the past 100 years. The earliest recorded happened in June of 1922 in Absaroka Beartooth Wilderness. There's also a well-known Night of the Grizzlies on August 13th, 1967. Julie Helgeson and Michael Coons, both 19, Michelle Coons, that is, both 19, were killed in 2 separate attacks in Glacier National Park. 3 fatal grizzly bear attacks have happened near Orlando, one in 1958, one in 2001, and one just yesterday. Out of the 20 fatal bear attacks in Montana, just 1 has been attributed to a black bear. Well, the U.S. Forest Service responded to 2 new wildfires in the Beaverhead Deer Lodge National Forest yesterday. One fire is less than an acre in size, burning near Canyon Mountain, about 15 miles northwest of Dillon, and another 13-acre fire was reported in the Madison District near Hidden Lake, about 45 miles south of Ennis. The fires are located in rough terrain.
Lack of moisture. We're looking at those wind events affecting our ability to fight fire, and then in the terrain, it does make it more difficult in that rocky terrain.
No structures are threatened and no cause has been determined yet. Well, early fires have scorched forests near Townsend and Red Lodge already this season, and it's as you just heard, there are new fires in Madison County. Already, fire restrictions are in place in some areas because of high fire danger. But how is that determined? MTN's Russ Thomas explains what it means.
On Tuesday, the Missoula area fire danger level jumped from high to very high. On Wednesday morning, the Bitterroot National Forest followed suit. DNRC spokesperson Kristen Mortensen says it was only a matter of time.
A lot of it is precipitated by our extreme heat wave. We had very, very hot temperatures, which dried out our vegetation very quickly.
Mortensen says there are several ingredients that contribute to our fire danger recipe and adds those variables can change quickly.
Changes in levels in fire danger are based on analyses of various indices that measure fuels, weather, topography, and risk. You also take into consideration the human factor.
So what does a jump in fire danger from high to very high really mean for you and I?
That brings with it that extra caution. Fires can start readily from any cause. Mowing your lawn and the blade hitting a rock. Welding in your garage and maybe there's a patch of weeds just around the corner. Hooking up your trailer and the chains might be dragging. Those sparks can create a fire.
And with a large number of small fire starts across western Montana in recent days, Mortensen says we play a large role in what lies ahead for the summer of 2021.
80% of all of our wildfires are actually started by humans. That's 100% preventable.
Mortensen adds that while there are still a number of variables in play that have yet to be determined, she believes that forecast for a warmer and drier than normal summer will eventually push our fire danger level to extreme. In Missoula, I'm Russ Thomas, MTN News.
And if you want more information on the latest fire restrictions across the state, just visit the link on your screen. Well, 7:08 now. Coming up here on Montana This Morning, a computer chip shortage is affecting everything from appliances to games to vehicles. Coming up, learn why it's happening and when manufacturers will start to catch up. But first, here's a look at what's coming up at 7 on CBS.
Good morning. The head on CBS This Morning. After the latest ransomware attack, we'll talk to a cybersecurity expert about the hacking threat from Russia and why the U.S. is so vulnerable. Also, Tony gets an inside look at how high pitching speeds are changing the game of baseball. And in our More Perfect Union series, we'll show you an art program that's transforming public spaces and changing people's lives. We'll see you at 7.